In continuation of our focus on the search for COVID-19 cure and the possibility of a homemade vaccine in Nigeria, been joined on the News at 10 by Professor of Pharmaceutical Microbiology, Professor Joseph Ehimidu. He joins us via Skype from his home in Zaria, Kaduna State. Professor, thank you for joining us on the News at 10.
Thank you very much.
With a connection to malaria symptoms, the cure to COVID-19 should not be a difficult matter for African countries where both orthodox and unorthodox means are used when tackling the disease. Could that be the reason why the WHO is taking the Madagascar cure seriously?
Well, the good African brotherhood nature of Madagascar for giving us a sample is something to cherish. However, Nigeria have about 42 federal universities. We have a lot of researchers that can do the job if they are well organized to attend to the issues. Artemisian admixtures they are sending to Nigeria is not new to any pharmaceutical sciences. However, we appreciate their good brotherlyhood that made them to give us that samples. Of course, NAFDAC is there to do the needful before it can be given to Nigeria. And of course, as directed by the president, issue will be resolved amicably to be sure that it's good for human consumption.
The WHO,
Thank you.
right? The WHO has approved, given approval to 5 countries to go ahead and search for a vaccine. And if more countries are on board with this, then everyone should have access to it. But do you think that everyone will indeed have access to this, looking at the complexities of African governments with regard to administration and funding and, I dare say, corruption?
Thank you. This is a crucial question you are asking that are begging for serious answer in Nigeria context. That's going to be the treatment trial to be done in 5 states of Nigeria with the federal capital. We can't forget very shortly the 1996 episode of Pfizer Trova in Kano. And it has to be taking place about 3 stages of that drug to be used in Nigeria. I'm sure NAFDA will do what is needful before the trial can even begin. The concern is about the legal perspective of the volunteers that will be used must be critically examined so that the episode of what happened in Kano with Pfizer Trovan should not occur again. The complexity of Nigeria and other further African countries and other issues to look at. There are no politics to be paid because like the case of Kano, there were politics. And of course, we lost many people that were subjected to that drug testing. This must be critically examined before embarking on such treatment trial in Nigeria so that we don't fall into the same error that happened in Kano with that treatment trial. Thank you.
It is a wonder that, Africa as a continent and the African Union has not led collectively in pooling resources to search for a vaccine. Do you think that this is a problem of the current democratic structure of the African Union, or you think that this is a problem with governments wanting to work in silos instead of working together in a community?
Thank you. If you look at African setup, vis-a-vis the drug production and the distribution chain, you will discover that government has never been involved in the productions of vaccine. They hitherto depends on foreign dependency on this drug to be dumped on African soil, and that should be discouraged. Since Nigeria government have not before now encouraged that, except the startup. Common research that need almost 20 million cannot be guaranteed. See the problem of research. And if African government cannot produce before now, Is it now they are going to encourage that vaccine productions? For one vaccine production, need about $500 million for it to be executed. Where is that fund in Africa? Where is that corporate entity in Africa that will back up the productions of vaccine? All the corporations that are in existence in Africa, all they need to take their profit immediately, no long-term projections. And these are major problems African countries are going through. On that basis, you discover African countries to develop vaccine of their own will have a long way to go. Thank you.
Food for thought there, Professor. Thank you again for joining us on the News at 10. Professor Joseph Ehimidu, Professor of Pharmaceutical Microbiology, thank you again for joining us on the News at 10.
Thank you very much. God bless.